Students, here we are going to talk about the phylum Annelida. Keep in mind, phylum Annelida is very important phylum regarding animal kingdom, and most of the animals are actually found in your surroundings. So you can easily see the phylum Annelida like earthworm, like leech, etc. Now, without delay timing, let we begin the important topic of animal kingdom, that is phylum Annelida. It is actually the phylum number 6. First was, let me remind you, first was the Porifera, second was the Coelenterata, third was the Ctenophora, fourth one was the Platyhelminthes, and fifth one was the Aschelminthes. All about the video actually I hope you have got, and they are still available in the YouTube channels, and you can actually resume the video in order to make the standard notes. You do not depend on the notes that I have sent you daily. You should also watch the video very carefully in order to improve your written ability, in order to improve your understanding ability regarding the animal kingdom, because the chapter 4 is very important and also long durable. It is very long and durable, and it take too longer time, and because of having so many complex body design and so many phylums are exist in the animal kingdom. So let us we define you the word meaning about the Annelida. Actually, I have told you in previous video that if you have find the silent features regarding any kinds of phylum, then you should try to rename. You should try to describe only for their name. That is, there are actually the name of any phylum actually has a meaning, so you should try to explain the meaning of the name of any particular phylum. So let us see what are the exact meaning of phylum Annelida. Actually, Annelida consists two type of word: the Annelus, A-double-N, Annelus, and Eidos. Annelus is related to the little ring, and Eidos means form, that is the body form or body design. So what you have got by adding the two word, by the mixing of two word, the living being that has little ring throughout the body and form a complete body structure, that is actually the features of phylum Annelida. So meaning of Annelida means animal containing little ring, and when you clearly watch the annelid like the earthworm, then you could easily find the little ring found throughout the body. The body is made up by very little ring, and that is the structure of basic general features of the phylum Annelida. And the little ring is known as metamer. The little ring found throughout the body is known as metamer, and there has a clear-cut division between two ring, that is single ring and two ring, 3, 4, 5, etc. In case of earthworm, the body consists 100 to 120 little ring throughout the body. So the process in which different metamers are found throughout the body is known as metamerism. So what is metamer? Metamer is the little ring. And what is metamerism? Metamerism is the concept through which any living being possesses the little ring throughout the body, and it is actually begin from the Annelida. And before Annelida, there was no actually partition, actual body partition found in the in between the Porifera to Aschelminthes. Now back to the different other morphological features of phylum Annelida. Features of annelid. Actually, annelids, first of all, we are going to talk about the habitat of annelids. Habitat means the living place of the organisms, and habitat, the annelids may be terrestrial or may be aquatic. What is terrestrial? The living being that live on land is known as terrestrial, and aquatic means the living being that live in water is known as aquatic. Aquatic may be the fresh water like pond, puddle, lake, river, etc., or marine water like estuaries, ocean, and sea. So annelids may be the marine water or maybe the freshwater aquatic. Later it will be described. Some annelids are actually parasitic in nature. Parasitic means the body design are adopted in live inside or over to the body. Actually, the example of parasitic is leech, the Hirudinaria. The leech is ectoparasite. Ectoparasite are those living beings that depend on the other living being from outside and take the food materials and take the nutrition from outside of the body. They do not live inside the body. They actually depend on the other living being but take the food materials from outside of the body. So leech is the example of annelid that is ectoparasite, and you should make the star regarding the leech. Now back to the next important features. The other features is the let us we talk about which living being live on earth and which living being live on aquatic habitats. Let us actually, when we categorize the annelid, let us we erase it. When you categorize the annelida, then you probably found the three different class. There are three different class. The major taxa are kingdom, the second after kingdom is the phylum, and third after phylum is the class. So when you categorize the annelids, then you will find phylum Annelida can be categorized into three different classes. The Polychaeta, second one is Oligochaeta, and third one is the Hirudina. Let us talk about the Polychaeta. Actually, polychaetes are those annelids that are aquatic but marine. They live in sea, or they live in ocean, or live in the estuaries. An example of polychaetes are the Aphrodite. It commonly called as sea hare. हेयर मीन्स क्या होता है? खरहा होता है, खरगोश के जैसा होता है बट थोड़ा सा बॉडी उसकी लंबी होती है. एफ्रोडाइट. नेक्स्ट द एरिनिकोला एंड नेक्स्ट द कोलियोप्टेरा, द कीटोप्टेरा. So these are actually the different polychaetes, and they are actually belong in phylum Annelida, but they are actually marine in nature. So it may be asked in your examination, name the marine aquatic annelids. So marine aquatic annelids are Aphrodite, Erinicola and Chaetoptera. Now back to Oligochaeta. Oligochaeta consists well familiar and well famous annelids, that is earthworm. And scientific name of earthworm is Pheretima posthuma. Listen carefully. So Oligochaeta, they all are actually terrestrial. They all are actually the terrestrial oligochaetes, and they live on the land. Let us we talk about other oligochaetes. The other oligochaetes are lumbricus, one of the important oligochaetes similar to the earthworm. The Daroneis, the important oligochaetes, and that is similar to the earthworm and live on land. So the Polychaeta are marine but aquatic, Oligochaeta are terrestrial. Now back to the Hirudina. Hirudina are freshwater annelids. An example of Hirudina is Hirudinaria. Actually, why it called Hirudinaria? Listen carefully. There is a mystery and there is a fact. Actually, the bloodsucker, the Hirudinaria are actually bloodsucker and ectoparasites. When it sucks the blood of any warm-blooded animals like me, you, other cow, buffalo, etc., then the blood inside Hirudinaria do not clots. This is because the blood, when feeded by the Hirudinaria, actually mix up earlier with the very important chemical. That chemical is known as hirudine. Hirudine are the special chemicals that actually prevent the blood clotting inside the body of Hirudinaria. The common name of Hirudinaria is leech. So Hirudinaria is bloodsuckers having a well important protein that is actually known as hirudine, which act as the anticoagulants, so that when the blood comes out from our body and reach into the body of Hirudinaria, then it never clot out because of having hirudine protein, and it may be asked in the competitive examination. Now back to other example of Hirudinaria. Hirudina. The first one is Hirudinaria, and the second one is Hemodipsa. Hemodipsa. It is one of the other bloodsucker animals. So these are the different animals that belong to Annelida, and these are the different class that also belong to Annelida, and it is very important. The classes of annelids are actually very important. So the heading should be heading for this topic should be classes of annelids, and the annelids has three class: Polychaeta, Oligochaeta and Hirudina. The example of Polychaeta is Aphrodite, Erinicola and Chaetoptera. The example of Oligochaeta is earthworm and Lumbricus and Deronis. The example of Hirudina is Hirudinaria and Hemodipsa, and the 3 out of 2 is aquatic. The Polychaeta and Hirudina are actually aquatic, but Polychaeta are actually marine and Hirudina are actually the freshwater, and only out of 3 the Oligochaeta are terrestrial animals. Now back to the other features that are found in aquatic and terrestrial animals. Let us talk about the other features of aquatic and terrestrial annelids. Actually, if the annelids are terrestrial, then how can it locomote? Listen carefully. This is the body of single earthworm. And over the surface of body, very special structures are found that is actually known as CT. Or CETA. CT is the singular word and CETA is the plural word. Then when you magnifying the CETA, it is somehow the S-shape structure. And made up by the chitin. 50% of this S-shape structures are actually emerge into the body of annelids. That is 50%. That is half of the chitinous structures are actually run inside the body of annelids, inside the metamer, and rest 50% are actually comes out, and this help in the movement. That is, this help in the locomotion of the earthworm. It means with the help of the CT, the anterior part of earthworm actually fix itself over the mud or over the soil, then they can pull itself toward the direction of their head. That is actually through the CT. So how can earthworm move or locomote? With the help of CT. It is the important part of the earthworm. Now back to the second. If the annelids are aquatic, then the overall body actually segmented whether they are terrestrial or aquatic. But if they are aquatic, then the special chitinous S-shaped CT are actually absent. And what found in them? Actually, they has unjoint appendages. Unjoint appendages means actually the joint appendages is the characteristic features of the arthropoda. Joint और unjoint appendages क्या होता है? अगर अपेंडेज यानी कि पैर अगर ऐसे है, जगह जगह क्या है, कनेक्शन है, तो ये आर्थ्रोपोडा हो जाएगा. लेकिन इसके पैर क्या है, इस तरह से, विदाउट पार्टीशन. तो इसी को बोलते हैं अनजॉइंट अपेंडेजेस. Unjoint appendages. This is the characteristic features of the aquatic annelids, and that unjoint appendages is known as parapodia. That is, as I have told you, the Nereis and Aphrodite, Erinicola, Chaetoptera are actually found in the aquatic habitat, but it is actually found in which kinds of aquatic? Parapodia are found in, that is the marine aquatic type of annelid. It is not found in fresh water, so don't be confused. If the parapodia are found, then undoubtedly the annelids are actually the marine. Listen, then how do the freshwater, like freshwater annelids like Hirudinaria and Hemodipsa moves? Listen, their bodies are actually somehow flat. The body of Hirudinaria become flat when they actually swim. Then with the help of flat body, they can moves throughout the one part to another part of the pond, puddle, or that is lake or rivers, etc. So these are the some important and common features of Annelida. In next video lecture, I will describe you the other special features like habitat, digestion, nutrition, respiration, circulation, excretion, development, etc. in earthworm. Thank you.